It's been a busy basketball week in this building. Host site to the 53rd SEC tournament. The Crescent City's become a lair for Wildcat fans as the city has become Blue Orleans, Louisiana. The Player of the Year is celebrating a birthday today, and a 28th SEC tournament title would be quite a present. But in the Cats' path, the league's leading scorer, John Jenkins, and the Commodores of Vanderbilt. Tourney title on the line in New Orleans next. It is the SEC Tournament Championship, the SEC on ESPN from New Orleans. And the Commodores of Vanderbilt, for the third time this year, get a shot at the #1 team in the country. Vanderbilt and Kentucky set to do battle for the 53rd SEC Tournament crown. Welcome to New Orleans, everybody. Brad Nessler with Jimmy Dykes. We've been here since Thursday. It all culminates now in this matchup with Kentucky and Vanderbilt. Jimmy, the last 24 games, we've been trying to find the recipe for beating Kentucky. We still haven't seen it.
No, absolutely not, Brad. Think about that ball game yesterday. Florida was phenomenal against Kentucky, especially in the first 20 minutes.
Right.
And they trot off at halftime down 1. Kentucky is primed and ready for a return to New Orleans in the Final Four. They are the nation's best team, trying to prove they're also the nation's best team in postseason play. For Vanderbilt, 3 straight first-round NCAA exits. If you want a swagger and a confidence heading into next week's NCAA tournament, you take down the nation's best team. You will have a truckload of it to dump on somebody's head starting on Thursday or Friday.
It's, as you saw, Vanderbilt's first SEC tournament shot at a championship since 1951. You know who they beat? Kentucky. Let's take a look at our one-on-one and talk about how it will work or could work for Kevin Stallings and company.
Well, for Vanderbilt today, you make Kentucky a jump shooting ball club. Kentucky right now, only 6 out of 25 in this building from the three-point line, shooting 24%. I expect Vanderbilt to shrink their defense and try to gamble on Kentucky missing shots. For Kentucky, I think you place a great value on a conference tournament title. Anytime you can get a trophy handed to you and cut down the nets, you do it, especially for a young team. Value a title when you have a chance.
So a packed house, most of it decked in blue. As we get set for the Commodores and the Cats, let's meet the Doors and the Cats and the starting lineups with PA announcer John George.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to New Orleans Arena for the 2012 SEC Men's Basketball Tournament and this game between the Vanderbilt Commodores and the Kentucky Wildcats. It's time now to introduce our starting lineups for our game. For Vanderbilt, at forward, a 6'8" senior from Brooklyn, New York, number 5, Lance Goldborn. For Kentucky at forward, a 6'9" sophomore from Portland, Oregon, number 3, Terrence Jones. For Vanderbilt at forward, a 6'7" senior from Norrköping, Sweden, number 44, Jeffrey Taylor.
Let's go, boys.
For Kentucky at guard, a 6'8" senior from Maysville, Kentucky, number 1, Darius Miller. For Vanderbilt at center, a 6'11" senior from Benin City, Nigeria, number 3, Festus Ezeli. For Kentucky at forward, a 6'10" freshman from Chicago, Illinois, number 23, Anthony Davis. For Vanderbilt, at guard, a 6'4" junior from Hendersonville, Tennessee, number 23, John Jenkins. For Kentucky at guard, a 6'2" freshman from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 25, Marcus P. For Vanderbilt at guard, a 6'3" senior from Oregon City, Oregon, number 1, Brian Tinsley. And for Kentucky at guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Queens, New York, number 20, Deron Lamb. Our head coaches today for the Vanderbilt Commodores, Kevin Stallings. And for the Kentucky Wildcats, John Calipari.
So there's the starting lineups. We complete our starting lineup with the third member of our team, Shannon Spake.
Well, Brad, SEC fans have collected plenty of Mardi Gras beads in 2012. It all started in January when the BCS National Championship game rolled through New Orleans. The Sea of Blue has invaded the city this week as Big Blue Nation has been here to support their Kentucky Wildcats. And, of course, Vanderbilt and Kentucky hope to be back here in just a couple weeks for the Final Four. Now, you heard the lineup, a last-minute change. Darius Miller starting instead of Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. I checked in with the team, and I was told Kidd-Gilchrist volunteered that spot just to get Miller out there and get him going early.
I like the kid even more. And Darius Miller has been almost non-existent, maybe a starting spot after being the tournament MVP a year ago. Will get him going.
Absolutely. Talking to John Calipari last night, that is a big concern for Kentucky, not only today, but trying to win the entire thing. They have to have all 7 of their best players playing at their best. Think about this. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist has started all 33 games for Kentucky. That's the unselfishness that this young Kentucky team has showed all season long.
Third matchup between the Doors and the Cats. First one, 69-63 Kentucky at Memorial Gym when the Commodores had them on the ropes. At Rupp Arena, 2 weeks later, 83-74 Kentucky. Here's the third round. Antonio Petty, Mike Nance, Tony Green's got the ball in hand. For the SEC Tournament Championship, Kentucky and Vanderbilt underway. Here's Marcus Teague, who had a sensational game yesterday after an off night the day before. Anthony Davis, the player of the year, his 19th birthday today. Lamb for 3 for openers. Festus Ezeli saves the rebound on the baseline.
That will be the one guy that whoever's assigned to Deron Lamb will cheat outside that three-point line. Everybody else in the black jerseys will be contracted on defense.
Jenkins had it thrown behind him, and now Terrence Jones with a steal. Look out below. The way he started yesterday with a slam dunk. This time he does it coast to coast after the turnover.
Brad, you must own your spot as a passer and as a receiver against Kentucky. A very physical defensive squad.
Jeffrey Taylor to Jenkins with Lamb right on him. Nice feed into the post to Ezeli, and he's fouled by Jones.
Notice that John Calipari goes with Jones on Ezeli to start this game. Wants to make sure Anthony Davis doesn't get in early foul trouble. And again, right there, you have to own your spot if you're Festus Ezeli. I loved how Vanderbilt warmed up. Alive, active, loose, very confident, but that first possession, a little bit starstruck.
And Ezeli struggled yesterday, continues today as he misses a free throw. He had 7 rebounds, but no points in a win over Ole Miss.
Vandy can't win this game today, Brad, on John Jenkins alone. Ezeli and Jeffrey Taylor have to hit double figures.
Ezeli got the second. By the way, that foul is not on Jones. They gave it to Marcus Teague. So that helps the frontline cause as far as foul trouble for Kentucky as well. But as Jimmy said, they want to keep Anthony Davis out of foul trouble if at all possible. Here he is, the top of the circle.
If you talk about a shrunk man-to-man defense, Vanderbilt's playing it right now. Taking away the power game of Kentucky. At least that's by design.
Wow, what a rebound by Davis.
So much could I take away my power game. This kid right here, he gets a lot of extended arm rebounds, and when you're that long, you're going to get a ton of them.
He had 12 of them yesterday and 14 the day before. Rebounds, that is.
He just has a knack. Ezeli steps up to challenge his shot, and Anthony Davis gets inside position. See how that extended arm was, Brad? I was at a practice about 2 months ago in Kentucky. They put a bubble on the rim to teach even their tallest guys get it at the top.
Tinsley can't get the jumper, and it's up and over the backboard. And out of bounds to Kentucky. You look at that replay on that rebound by Davis, and the top of his fingers about 13 feet above the floor.
Absolutely.
Teague in the paint, the kick out. Jones hit a three yesterday. Got another one.
That man-to-man defense by Vanderbilt is just like a zone. And it is very difficult to zone Kentucky because the weapons they have on the perimeter this year.
Already the Cat fans on their feet. 6-1, a 6-point lead as Ezeli too strong off the window. The rebound, Kentucky. Exactly the kind of start you're looking for if you're the #1 team in the country. Exactly the kind of start you're not looking for if you're a Commodore fan. Crossover by Lamb. Jones thought about another one.
He didn't shoot a bad pass or a fumbled pass. That's a good, mature decision by Jones.
One to shoot. One does shoot. Missed the three. Jenkins all alone for the rebound.
And this defense has been tight in this tournament to date. They're going to have to not be offensive sensitive and lock in defense when their offense is struggling early.
Jenkins hasn't had an opportunity to shoot yet. Taylor, he'll try a three. Got it.
That is huge for Vanderbilt. This kid was a no-show yesterday. And you have to have size and knock down shots against Kentucky. Boynton and Walker, small guards for Florida, couldn't do it. Vanderbilt has the size to do it.
And Kevin Stallings has told us Jeff Taylor gets down on himself when things don't go well early. Well, that three-pointer might just help his whole game. Miller had it stripped by Taylor. Right on cue.
Now, the offense for Taylor triggers his energy level.
Into Ezeli. He's going to keep working it. Davis stole it from him. And somehow saved it on the baseline. Lamb is fouled. Look out. One of our guys goes down.
Well, that's a reach in by Anthony Davis. It looked like he came across the arm of Ezeli. Look at that. Boy, he comes up to that left shoulder now.
The Lamb to the free throw line. The foul was on Tinsley. Eugene Gang's going to come in. Ezeli will sit down, and Peter Johnson in for Brad Tinsley for Vanderbilt.
But you have to do all the small things to beat Kentucky. I don't think you foul them in a hard transition pitch like that. If they make it, they make it. But Kentucky is not going to foul you. They're only allowing their opponents to the free throw strike 13 times a game. You have to match them.
Vanderbilt only got to the free throw line 14 times the first time they played Kentucky. A little better the second go-around. Both, again, were single-digit losses. Jenkins, pull-up three. Wow.
Put a clock on it. The quickest and most accurate release in college basketball. Davis was there. But he needs to get up one step higher than against a normal shooter.
There was actually two guys there, and he just ripped it because of that quick snap release. He had a great second half yesterday, John did. Shooting the basketball. Starts off here. His first one goes. And now, Gene Gang with the steal. Jenkins palmed it. Each team with a couple of turnovers. Kentucky jumped to an early 6-point lead. Player of the year with a rebound and the flush. That's the difference right now, 9-7.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of the SEC Tournament on ABC. Brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. And Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go.
Just a little over 4 minutes in. Kentucky leading Vanderbilt 9-7. Jimmy takes us inside the play.
Talk about John Jenkins' ability to get the ball out of his shot pocket as quickly and as accurately as anyone in college basketball. And watch what he does. This is off the bounce, but from the time he gets it in the shot pocket till it's off his fingers, under a half a second. That's as quick as we've seen from John Jenkins all year. Very rare, Brad, for a kid to shoot it that quickly off the bounce and also off of accurate passes. This kid is lethal right now as a shooter in this building.
At 5 threes yesterday in his 23-point game against Ole Miss. And he's 1 for 1 outside the arc today. Terrence Jones. Davis going to take the outside jumper. Long rebound. Teague tracks it down just in front of Taylor. And throws it up. I'm not sure if that was a pass or a shot. Either way, it didn't go.
Kentucky has taken more threes than twos in this game. Vanderbilt's design is working.
Whoops, that one rattled out. And again, he released it in a hurry. Jones will clear it to Teague. And now Michael Kidd-Gilchrist had it stripped, but he's fouled. Foul is going to be on Kedron Johnson. Don't forget today, ESPN college basketball experts bringing you 6 hours of analysis. Coverage starts bracketology at 3, at 6 in Catch Sports Center. 7 o'clock, the experts break it all down. 2 hours of bracketology presented by Staples. Find out if your team is going to the big dance. Kidd-Gilchrist with a free throw.
Kentucky fans so engaged this time of the year. I read the elevator today with some guys from Bell County, Kentucky.
Your buddies from Bell County.
And their question to me was, this is where they think. Who's going to be the 8-9 seed in our bracket? That's how far they are already out in front of this thing.
Vandy hits the deck trying to come up with a loose ball, and they got the 30-second timeout called to save a possession with 14:49 remaining in the first half, and the Cats in front by 3. Kentucky up 3. Just another 15 minutes remaining in the first half. On the floor, Kedron Johnson, Lance Goldberg, Jeff Taylor, John Jenkins, Steve Chiengang for Vanderbilt.
So important. What do you do after timeouts in a ball game like this?
Davis blocked. Taylor's shot. Jones the outlet to Teague. The lead for Kidd-Gilchrist, and that's an offensive foul. Well, maybe not. I think Tony Green's saying it's a charge. It is.
Now Kedron Johnson's still moving. Kidd-Gilchrist was into his shot motion, and Johnson was still sliding over.
Wildcats fans showing their displeasure with the call. Gives it back to Vanderbilt with a chance to cut the lead to 1. If Chiengang can get that one.
Boy, a well-thrown pass by Johnson. Had to throw it a little lower than you want to a big guy. But it still was above knee level. That was well done now.
Had to have eyes, didn't it?
Yes, sir. Now, Kentucky cannot get into a three-point shooting contest with Vanderbilt in this building.
Kidd-Gilchrist. Now Teague thought about a 3. That jump shot won't go. Taylor with the rebound. Johnson may have gotten away with a walk. Off the window, though, to give Vanderbilt the lead. Calipari takes the timeout. Back and forth we go. Vandy in front for the first time by 1. Vanderbilt in front by 1, courtesy of Kedron Johnson's runner off the window. John Calipari had seen enough right there and called the timeout.
Cal continues with his personality of not stroking elite-level guys on that sidelines. Completely blunt, eye-to-eye honest with his evaluation of his young guys.
Darius Miller, the lob for Davis.
What do you do after timeouts? In March, it is crucial and critical to advance in any tournament. Kentucky dead on.
And Vandy turns it over on the other end.
They're going to throw that pass 3 or 4 times a game. You have to stay engaged and attached to Anthony Davis. And as soon as you come off of him, Anthony Davis makes a rim run, and it is over.
Now Miller off the same screen buries the jumper. Darius Miller, first basket of the tournament.
It's the first time I've seen Darius Miller on this floor go back with a fist pump and a hand clap.
Taylor almost turned it over. Odom's going to fight for the loose ball. Inside the three-point line, air ball from Dejan Parker, a freshman. Looked like a freshman shot in a tournament title game.
Kevin Stallings can't have John Jenkins out of this game very much. I think he's going to have to play 37, 38 minutes. The offense looks different, and here's what I'm talking about from Darius Miller. 0 for 5 in this tournament coming in. The fist pump and the hand clap. And Darius Miller feels like I'm back engaged for this Wildcat team. Very important.
Welcher into the lineup for Kentucky for the first time. Terrence Jones thought about a step back 3. Now he gets it to Wilcher. 10 on the shot clock.
Back off of him. That's exactly right now. Back off of Lamb.
Well, he's going to try another one. Not this time. But knocked out of bounds by Johnson.
If your defense is not going to force turnovers, Brad, and Vanderbilt's not playing a defense that's going to force a lot of turnovers, you have to force misses. I know they're down 3 right now, but Kentucky doesn't look really comfortable at that three-point line.
Knocked out of bounds, and with that 1 second, we go to 11:59. Number 1 Kentucky trying to win its 25th straight game, and leading by 3. All right, John, thanks. Might as well just get your TVs side by side so you can take in both games as we take our fresh take, brought to you by Subway. Vandy won tournament title in 1951. Kentucky's only had 27. And you knew who Vanderbilt beat in 1951? Kentucky, 61-57 in Louisville. They come in all shapes and sizes, wearing the same color.
They do, don't they?
Like the socks, though.
They have taken it over. The Big Easy, the Blue Easy. I asked Kevin Stallings about 2 weeks ago, do you guys think if you get another shot at Kentucky, can you beat them? I mean, without hesitation, absolutely. They want to be at this spot right now, and they are.
And they force a turnover coming out of the break. Quick hands, Dejan Parker. See if they can turn it into points. They can. Festus Ezeli on the lob from Tinsley.
Take a little bit of that. Pass on time, on target from Tinsley.
And whoever didn't defend is coming out. John Calipari just stood up and erupted after that lack of defense. Jones driving, rejected by Ezeli, and take that one back.
Brad, I don't think you can beat Kentucky just playing straight up normal basketball. You have to do something a little bit different off the path. And Vanderbilt's formula right now is to shrink their defense. Anthony Davis got attracted to Tinsley because he knows he can shoot that basketball.
I think John Calipari didn't like the way Duran Lamb didn't fight through that pick down on the other end. Kid Gilchrist slams one home.
That is the power game that Kentucky can throw at you. When they start running their flex action and double post curl action, they are sending a message. Can you handle us around the rim?
Jenkins, quick fire. Not this time. Lance Goldberg will keep it alive. Jenkins wants it back.
He's got to keep moving.
He'll try another.
There you go. Well, that was on Michael Kidd Gilchrist. He did a terrific job the first time of chasing him on the back of the numbers. Then he got unattached and didn't re-find him. It's almost like posting and reposting. That's what Jenkins going to do. He's going to make that second and third cut.
First tie of the ball game. Davis. And they bring it back out on top to Teague as we approach the midway point of the first half. Not quite the pace we had with Kentucky and Florida in the semifinals yesterday, but same kind of quality going on right now. Tinsley almost lost the ball there. Hit a dead spot on the floor. No turnover. Jenkins wants it. Had Kid Gilchrist beaten just for a moment. Knocked out of bounds by Miller.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, when you're chasing a shooter, you run right behind his numbers. And Michael Kidd-Gilchrist lost him just for a split second. He was trying to communicate a missed switch. And against Vanderbilt, if you're going to do any type of switching, the talk better be early, it better be loud, and it better be constant.
Colburn comes out. And nice overplay by Darius Miller. Knocks it out of bounds. Gets it right to our friends in the Kentucky radio position over there. Tinsley is going to take the jumper. Missed. Taylor trying to foul on. I think he was fouled by Davis. And it was. So that'll be the first one on Anthony Davis. Well, November of '91, Magic Johnson shocked the nation when he announced his retirement from basketball after testing positive for HIV. And coming up tonight, the announcement at 9 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. It gets to the core of Magic's personal journey and explores how he continues to thrive 2 decades later. 9 o'clock tonight, ESPN. The announcement. Both Taylor at the free throw line misses the first.
Yeah, both these teams over the years, they make more free throws than their opponents attempt. They are so good at getting that ball near the rim, and that's where the highest percentage of offensive rebounds come from. 2 well-drilled teams.
Vandy back in front for the second time here in this first half. Different looking lineup for Kentucky right now. With Wilter out there and Miller, and Kid Gilchrist is going to take a 3. And that goes up and over the backboard. 2 wins for Kentucky this year, but close ones. 69-63 at Memorial Gym and 83-74 at Rupp. Anthony Davis had a sensational game. Only missed 1 shot in that second go-around in Lexington. Tinsley inside, leaves it for Azili. Nice bounce pass to the big fella.
Vanderbilt is going right at the National Defender of the Year, Anthony Davis. They're lifting him with ball fakes, and they're attacking him off the bounce, making him commit.
So Vandy by 3.
With toes to the three-point line. Don't get your heels above the three-point line if you're Vanderbilt. Stick with your formula. So far, you're in this game because of it.
Not only in it, you're leading it. 10 to shoot. Miller crossover on Tinsley and buries the jumper.
Brad, they're going to have to make some 22% shots in this game. Those are long challenge 2s. Darius Miller is one of the better guys to make those shots because he's 6'8".
Jenkins gets it to Azili. Wanted to shoot it. Now Taylor will. And it's short. I don't know if anybody touched that or not. Odom tried to save it, and he did. Off Wilcher.
Again, you're dragging Anthony Davis away from the rim, which you must do. They're doing it with ball screen action. And then off of it, Tinsley is not predetermining what he wants to do off that action. Very patient. Tinsley right now in charge of this Vanderbilt offense.
And Azili 5 more points than he had yesterday, which was 0. Good first half by Festus, the senior, playing his final SEC tournament, as is Jeffrey Taylor. On the drive. Taylor's got 6.
That is their favorite out-of-bounds play. An isolation for Taylor and let him go one-on-one.
7:53 remaining in the first half. Vanderbilt, its biggest lead, up by 3. John Calipari will talk with Shannon when we return.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of the SEC Tournament on ABC. Brought to you by the United States Marine Corps, the few, the proud, the Marines, and the U.S. Postal Service.
Our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear's learned making tires for game-changing traction inspires what they roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven. Vanderbilt by 3. Shannon had a quick chat with John Calipari during the break.
Darius Miller, you decided to start him here today. What have you seen out of him?
Well, he's doing fine. Michael came in to me. Gilchrist said, why don't you start Darius, get him going? So that was his idea, and I said, fine, we'll do it.
What about your message to your guys right now?
We better step it up because they're playing.
Thanks.
Something like Florida was playing yesterday in their first semifinal game.
John Calipari is a master at changing the message with his kids throughout the season. And the message that he has brought to New Orleans with him is our swagger can't become arrogance. And if you're not careful, success can become baggage, and you don't want any baggage on your shoulders with that NCAA tournament starting next week.
Kid Gilchrist and Anthony Davis sitting there, the two freshmen. You saw Darius Miller's numbers after an 0-for in the first two games. 4 points and a couple of assists here. So actually starting him, I think, has been a good thing for Kentucky. Vargas in the lineup. Teague on a runner. Battle for the rebound. Vargas got there but missed the shot, and now it's Jeffrey Taylor.
I don't think you can question Vanderbilt's toughness anymore. You don't go on the road and win at Davidson and at Marquette and at Bama without being tough. They are tough enough. And sometimes they just get a little loose with their ball handling action.
John Jenkins on a runner in the lane, kind of short-armed it, and it goes out of bounds. Back to Kentucky. Davis back in. Vargas sits. Anthony Davis gets those little mini breathers. That's about it. Extra 20 seconds or so. And then he's back out there. And why not? Freshman of the year, defensive player of the year, overall conference player of the year. Lamb for three. I think Taylor might have altered that or even touched it a little bit. And it'll go right back to Vanderbilt.
Taylor did a great job, Brad, of dropping his lower body lower than the screener. I mean, this is a kid that's 6'8", but when he fought through that screen, he really dropped himself low, and as a result, he got there about a half count quicker than had he tried to be a tall defender.
And now it's Odom, Tinsley, Azili, Taylor, and Jenkins on the floor for the Commodores.
And now it's Miller, the best defender that John Calipari can put on a shooter, assigned to Jenkins.
Tinsley. It's going to be an offensive foul for throwing a shoulder on Tinsley. He wanted to get low and get to the rack. He did both, but he pushed off in the meantime.
Well, on a play like that, you want to get your shoulder in, but not your arm. As soon as he raised that elbow up, that's when the call was made. He was okay with his shoulder on the defender, but you cannot raise that elbow up.
John's going to have the Buffalo Wild Wing halftime show. That was a chicken wing right there.
It was. Do you like John Jenkins' body language and his personality in this game right now? I do. From a leadership standpoint.
You know, I talked to his dad yesterday about that very thing. We'll talk about that as we go. Davis. Miller has to give it back up. Nice defense by Keegan Johnson. Now Miller got an opening. Missed this one, and Jenkins with a rebound. Eating the post, Azili knows he's got Davis right on his hip and trips and goes down. And let's see if Kid Gilchrist is going to be the guilty party on the foul. That'll be his second.
This is the first time all season long Vanderbilt is playing this style of defense. Shrinking the court, all five guys inside the three, and that is not easy to communicate to your guys from last afternoon's win to today. And Vanderbilt has absorbed it, and they're executing it. Partly because a bunch of old guys.
And some smart kids.
Absolutely. Why didn't go to Vanderbilt?
That's exactly right.
They didn't come watch me play. They never recruited me, and I wasn't smart enough to get in.
Jenkins with a long through.
Absolutely.
There's Mom and Dad, John Jr. and Melody. Biggest lead of the ball game now, 6. Teague missed the three. Azili with a rebound. Vanderbilt would love to give Jenkins a touch again. You know that he's got the hot hand and he's working to get it. He's got Teague right on it. Taylor, nice drive, followed by Azili. John Calipari's seen enough. 8-point Vanderbilt lead. 5:19 first half. Number 1 team in the country is battling the Commodores, but Vandy's got the lead. Kentucky trailing 26-18. Biggest lead by either team in the ball game.
Vanderbilt is doing a terrific job of moving Anthony Davis around as a defender. You can move him around in on-ball action. You can move him around with drive action. And Vanderbilt is perfect right now in that scenario.
Deron Lamb at the point right now with Taylor on him. And goes in the lane. Do the foul.
If you're going to move Anthony Davis around, you're going to have to also get him involved. Here's Anthony Davis. The drive action is going to move him away from the rim, and as a result, the guy that Davis is checking is going to be the follow-up. Move him off of the drive or move him off of on-ball action. Vanderbilt so far in this game is doing both to perfection.
And Ezeli's doing a good job of being up by that rim in case anything goes awry.
He takes makes, and those are makes.
He's got 7 points. Yesterday had no points and 7 rebounds. Nice spin move by Terrence Jones, but he airmailed it to the other side. And now we're going to have another whistle and a foul. Goldburn picks up the foul.
Well, that's the right call. Goldburn right into the chest of Davis. No, it's a gamble what Vanderbilt's doing, but it's not like Kentucky can't make threes. 37% on the year.
He's the guy that can make them, but this time he's going to drive, and the scoop shot by Darius Miller.
Did not settle, though, for that challenge three, did he? He saw a gap attack, and he went right at it.
And again, clapping his hands down here on the other end of the floor because he's Kentucky's leading scorer right now. He's got 6, but they trail by 6. Ezeli, the hook. Davis clears it down ahead to T. Miller on the flank. And now Lamb. Long ball. Got it.
I run a safe set right now if you're Vanderbilt. You cannot afford a turnover in this building. It will explode if they turn it over.
Nice drive by Goldburn.
That is a safe set right there. You get Goldburn coming off of a tight curl, a trusted guy with his handle and finish. Well done by Kevin Stallings on the whistle.
Under 4 in the first half. Vanderbilt by 5. Teague dishes. Davis is going to take the outside jumper. Rebound, John Jenkins. That pass tipped by Terrence Jones out of bounds. It'll be Vandy ball when we come back. And it'll be Vandy coach Kevin Stallings talking with Shannon Spake when we return. Doors lead the Cats by 5. All right, John, 5-point game here. 3:28 remaining in the first half. Kevin Stallings, Commodores in front. He talked with Shannon during the timeout.
Coach, yesterday you said your defense won you that game. What have you seen out of them today?
We've been good. We've been good defensively, and we're holding our own on the boards, which is really important against them. We've got to get back in transition a little better. They've hurt us in transition a little bit, but I like our defense so far.
Several momentum shifts. How do you guys get it back?
Well, I think Lance just got their momentum stopped by making that great play going to the goal. So whenever they make a run, you got to have an answer. We had one there, so hopefully we can keep it up.
Thank you, Coach.
It was 5 straight points for Kentucky before Goldburn on that drive to the rack has made it a 5-point game again. But Jimmy, good inside-outside balance for Vanderbilt.
This is the nation's best defensive team, Kentucky. You have to have balance in your attack. Ezeli with 3 dunks. Taylor and Jenkins have combined 4 out of 7 from the 3-point line.
Here is Taylor weaving through traffic, got it stripped by Davis. Down to the floor, Davis and Chingang go, and the possession area will keep it in the hands of the Commodores.
Turnovers are either careless or selfish, and that was a careless, loose handle by Jeffrey Taylor.
It's so hard to drive in the lane and dribble with those long arms of Davis. He leads Kentucky in steals.
Brett, for a kid 6'10", his hands are always hot around ball level, and that is such a rare trait for a guy his size. He thinks the game defensively like a point guard at times.
We got a foul on the inbounds play on Deron Lamb. Let's take a look at who's shaping up for Kentucky, trying to make their run to the tournament title, and it is that guy, Anthony Davis. There's what he's done so far. Good game yesterday. 15 points, 12 rebounds, a couple of block shots. And if you missed it earlier, it's his 19th birthday today. Here's Darius Miller, the wily old veteran. He's not 19. He just stuffed Jeff Taylor. Wiltshire. And it goes for three.
Brad, that was not a good defensive play by Darius Miller. That was phenomenal. Jeffrey Taylor can jump as high as anybody in college basketball, and Miller just got him all up top. Wow.
Jenkins trying to shake for a shot, gets it into Azili. I beg your pardon, Goulburn, and he missed the shot, and Wiltshire the rebound. Kentucky a chance to tie. The lob. They are tied.
And I thought that ball was above the cylinder. Kevin Stallings going to lay at the officials and let them think about it.
And a technical on Kevin Stallings.
Kevin has to back off. His team right now is in great position for a possible upset. Now, I love that fight and that leadership and that tone that he's sending to his kids right now, but he's too viable to get tossed in this building. That is any part of that ball on the cylinder. I
think it touched his hand before it hit the side of the rim and then in.
Those are the hardest calls to make by officials.
Here's a good look, Jimmy.
It's not the block charge call, Brad.
There's his hand. There's the touch on the rim. And there's the basket.
I think he touched it when it's just outside the cylinder.
I do too.
That is the hardest call for officials to make. That and the did you step on the baseline out of bounds so they get attracted to the floor.
And here's Kevin Stallings. And Tony Green lit him up with a technical. Only way to make that call easier, have one of our officials sitting up there by our camera. The top of the backboard.
Kevin came all the way out of his bench area during that timeout, and that's pretty much an automatic. This is a veteran crew, Tony Green, Antonio Petty, and Mike Nance. And they will give Kevin Stallings a chance now to calm down and turn their back to him and let him settle back into this game. At least they should.
You just had one last comment there. He said, unbelievable. So it sends Deron Lamb, the third best free throw shooter in the conference, to the line to try to put Kentucky back in front. And he does.
And look at Mike Nance down here underneath the basket, keeping his back to Kevin Stallings. Just giving Kevin all the room he can right now to get back in the moment.
Kevin still talking to Tony Green, who's directly across the court from him. And now Kentucky leads by 2, courtesy of a technical. Sort of mark that down a little bit. 30-28 with 2:36 on the tee.
Vanderbilt has been pressable. Kentucky knows it.
Luckily, Johnson got that ahead to Taylor. And Taylor goes all the way, and a chance for a three-point play. And that'll be a nice take back. And it's Anthony Davis with the foul. And a bench warning to John Calipari. It's getting hot in here.
Festus Ezeli just clears out Anthony Davis with a hip wedge. Watch right, bam, right there. Hip into Davis. Nothing Davis can do about it. A strong, determined drive out of Taylor. That was a hand foul. That's a touch foul that gets Taylor to the stripe.
And it rimmed out. They missed a chance for a three-point play. Tie game. Deron Lamb. Quick jumper. And for the most part, nothing but black jerseys down there, and still, it looks like maybe it's going to be Kentucky ball with 2:21 remaining. I guess Goulburn just lost the handle on this. Wiltshire was there with him, and it will be Kentucky ball on the baseline. 30-30, 2:20 remaining first half. We've had a technical on the Vanderbilt coach. We've had a bench warning to John Calipari. You think these two don't want to win this game? Wiltshire for the lead. Got it.
I think you can only man-to-man shrink your defense or zone Kentucky for so long. They shoot it too well from the perimeter, but if you're Vanderbilt, you stay with your formula. That's the only chance you've got.
Ezeli tipped. Miller comes out of the pile. Here comes Teague on the run. He's got Wilcher with a hot hand to his back. And now Darius Miller trying to slam one, and it goes off the window. And in. Cats by 5, just like that.
We're back to that same spot now, Brad. Vanderbilt cannot have a turnover right now. It needs to be a safe set and a guaranteed shot opportunity.
Ezeli. And he's fouled by Jones.
How good have they been twice now when this building's getting ready to erupt? I'm talking about Vanderbilt. To put the fannies back in the seat by going inside with their power game. Wilcher 41% from 3, and at 6'10" can get vision of that rim. And the starting lineup move is paying off right now, putting Miller on the floor.
8 points for Darius. He leads Kentucky in scoring, playing his final SEC tournament, as is Festus Ezeli at the free throw line. Ezeli with 8. So the two seniors, Miller and Ezeli, leading the way. Jenkins has 9 to lead Vanderbilt in scoring. But he hasn't touched it much lately.
A little similar to our game yesterday. I think Vanderbilt has played really, really well.
They have.
I mean, really well. And you look up, and they're at a deficit.
Got a lane violation on Terrence Jones. Is going to give Festus Ezeli another crack at it here. And he takes advantage of it. Good use of a free shot, a third free shot, if you will. And a 3-point game with 1:15 remaining in the half. Lamb, Miller, Teague, Wilcher, and Jones on the floor right now for the Wildcats.
Taylor on Lamb. He's the only defender that's going to get outside that 3-point line. As well he should.
Under a minute, 10 on the shot clock. Wilcher is feeling it from that spot. Not this time, though. Taylor way up there for the rebound. Taylor's going to try 3. Big 3 for Taylor.
That's huge, Brad. Not only was it quick, but it's a 2-for-1. They're going to have a chance for a last-second shot at this half.
Taylor leads the way now for Vanderbilt with 11. After a slow tournament, he's come to life in this SEC final. 4-second difference with the shot clock and the game clock. Kevin Stallings trying to get his defense to really come to life here as they'll work it to 10 again. And Miller, rather, is going straight up with a shot. Jones tips it. Wait a minute. The basket's good and a foul. Great job by Terrence Jones as Ezeli fouled him.
Some guys get you winning rebounds. That is a winning rebound. Jumping with his body knocked off balance. I didn't see a lot of contact there.
Well,
I think Ezeli cleared him out at the end. That is a winning rebound by Terrence Jones.
And a miss by Jones. And a chance for Vanderbilt. Final 5 seconds. Taylor in traffic again. And fouled before he got to the basket. It'll be on Vargas.
And look how much time is left. 3.7. And that's about the difference it was when Jeffrey Taylor stuck that 3-point shot, because Kentucky wasn't ready to defend and allowed that 2-for-1 that Vanderbilt's now going to get.
Taylor has hit well from the outside, just not the free throw line. 1 out of 3 from the free throw line. It leads the way with 11 points. He's got a couple of threes. These two would be big. Tie the game. Kentucky would still have an opportunity, though, to go the length of the floor for the most part. First things first. Got to make the first one.
Talked to Kevin Stallings late last night, and he said at halftime, Jimmy, answer these 2 questions. Are we forcing Kentucky to take jump shots? Yes. Is Jeffrey Taylor engaged in the game?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Got them both. He's engaged. 13. Tie game. 3.7 in the half. Jones gets it to Miller. Miller got the jumper away. Good first half by both teams. At the break, Kentucky 37. Vanderbilt 37. SEC championship on the line with the second half in front of us. We got a good one going. After the break, we'll join John Saunders and Hubert Davis in the studio for the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report. Stick around. Both teams hoping they feel 10 feet tall and are SEC tournament champions when this one's over. The SEC on ESPN set to start the second half. 37-37. Vanderbilt and Kentucky. This is their third matchup of the year. Kentucky won the first two. Brad Nessler with Jimmy Dykes, partner. I think this half was as good as we saw yesterday between Kentucky and Florida. If you're going to beat Kentucky, the one thing we do know in the recipe is you got to neutralize Anthony Davis. He's only got one block shot. I know you're going to take us inside the play, brought to you by LG Nitro HD.
Absolutely. I think to win big, you have to risk losing big as well, and Vanderbilt's defense has put them in position in this game. I love what they've been able to do offensively, Brad. You have to move Anthony Davis around. Put him in on-ball screen action, drive it right at him, and you have to have the size to drive it at him so you can at least get it up on the offensive glass and give yourself a chance. Vanderbilt has done that well. The hot zone in this ball game is for Kentucky's three-point shooting. Kentucky right now, look what they're doing, partner. They have taken 16 threes, they're only knocking down 25% of them, and that's where the gambler's mentality of Kevin Stallings is playing off in this ball game. Kentucky's taken 16 threes and only 19 twos. I don't think they can beat Vanderbilt in the three-point shooting contest. That's a lot of hot zone numbers for Kentucky in the half.
All those shots in the same spot on the hot zone. Lamb had one, Jones had one, and Wiltshire had two, virtually from the same spot on the floor. Second half underway. Who's going to be the SEC tournament champs? We'll find out in 20 minutes. Festus Ezeli with a slam to open up the second half, and he's got 11 points.
After half times are just like after timeouts. You go get what you want, and can you get it when you have to or when you want to? Vanderbilt's doing both.
Davis almost had it stripped by Taylor, and now knocked out of bounds.
Festus Ezeli again moving Anthony Davis around. Anthony Davis, out of respect for Jenkins, it might come off of that thing and let it fly a half step higher than normal. That half step equates to a dunk by Ezeli.
As you said, I don't know if there's two better coaches coming out of timeouts or half times than Kevin Stallings and John Calipari about having a play called, and it works. And we have an over and back turnover, Kentucky. And we check in with Shannon.
Kevin Stallings told his players in the locker room, we have got to come out. We have got to be the most united team in the country for the next 20 minutes. As far as Kentucky head coach John Calipari, you've heard him say arrogant several times in the last couple days. He told me he has said things to his team this week and been meaner to them than he has in the last 3 years. He doesn't want them to get arrogant, lose it all, and look back in 20 years and say, why'd you let us get like that?
Yeah, they are trying to win one desperately here to be the first one since 1951 for Vanderbilt. For Kentucky, it's basically a birthright. They're trying to win their third straight SEC tournament championship. And the ball out of bounds to the Cats.
Kentucky is not arrogant in this game. They're just going blow for blow with a very good, older, experienced Vanderbilt squad that has a lot of postseason passion about them, playing with an edge right now.
Lamb back to Wiltshire. That was his spot in the first half. Now he takes a runner in the paint.
That is terrific action to dive Davis and fill behind with Wiltshire. Hard to guard.
Tied at 39. Jenkins, quick release. Not this time. Rebound. Goldberg had a hand on it, but he stepped on the baseline. It'll be Kentucky ball.
You'll take that shot from John Jenkins all day long. Right shoulder, left shoulder turn into his shot doesn't bother this kid.
Everybody still settling into their seats after halftime. And Ezeli with a foul. It'll be his second. Nobody's missing in the seats, but we got a new missing show coming up starring Ashley Judd. She'll do anything to find her son. Ashley, for the season premiere of ABC's Missing. The search begins Thursday at 8 7 Central. We know wherever Ashley is, she's watching this basketball game. Huge Kentucky fan.
He sent me a trailer on that show early in the week. You talk about passion and drama in March. That show is full of it.
Anthony Davis full of it with that slam, and he's put Kentucky back in front by 2. Jenkins got a look. Whoop, got 2 guys in the air, and he'll drive inside, and he's going to be fouled by Wilcher.
Is there a more respected shot fake in college basketball than John Jenkins? And you talk about selling it. He doesn't sell it short. He lifted that ball all the way to eye level. It looked just like his shot does. Watch. Bam, right there. The ball gets to eye level, then it sets him up to get inside the lane. Well done.
And they said that cats couldn't fly. They were on that one. Jenkins will try to tie it from the free throw line. 10 for John Jenkins.
Well, Wilcher got a lot of ball on top there, didn't he?
He did. Jenkins, Taylor, and Azili all in double figures right now for Vanderbilt. That's a good sign for them. 11, 13, and 11 between those 3 guys. Tied for the 5th time in the ball game. Teague short on that a little bit. Jenkins tipped it to Taylor. Taylor on the run all the way. And he has it blocked by Wilcher. Wilcher playing a good game today for Kentucky. Lamb, and he's fouled by Odom. They're getting up and down the court.
Brad Wilcher is a factor in this game because he can guard in this game. There's some size for Vanderbilt that he can match up with. And he does a really good job protecting that rim against a much better athlete. But because his feet were in the right position, it led his hands to be in the right position.
Wilcher with 3 block shots. Anthony Davis only has 1. Deron Lamb perfect from the free throw line so far. 5 for 5. Sophomore out of Queens, New York, has given the Wildcats the lead again.
That sounds like a statement that would have been made on Bourbon Street about 2 a.m. last night. I'll bet you Kyle Wilcher has more block shots than Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying?
And as I would say to you, what are the odds of that?
Well, yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good,
Obviously,
apparently.
Pretty good.
Every time I ask you, what are the odds of that? You go, well, pretty good, I guess. It happened. Taylor, the bounce pass to Azili. And the officials looking at each other. Mike Nance looks at Tony Green. Tony Green shakes his head and says, foul. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
The whistles were together, and Tony Green does a very good job of looking at Mike Nance saying, did you see what I see? Do we have the same thing? Yes, they do.
And you know that Kidd-Gilchrist knows with 3 fouls he's coming out. Tinsley trying to get it inbound, having trouble. Got it to Jenkins on a deep pass. Goldberg, nice drive.
That's where Wilcher is a problem. When he has to go out and defend on the perimeter, he can be exposed.
A little over 3 minutes into the second half. We were tied at halftime. We've been tied on every bucket so far. There's an overplay by Goldberg on Wilcher, and Goldberg trying to beat Davis to the rack. And he's fouled by Wilcher, preventing the slam dunk.
By a determined play by Goldberg. Right here, look at that. He has a foot race with Anthony Davis, and a low crossover gets him away from Davis and allows him to get to the rim.
You know, Goldberg does a lot of little things that I guess they do show up on the stat sheet because that's a steal. But he seems to always be around the ball when it's loose.
Every coach values those kind of guys. He passes, he boards, he drives it, he defends, he impacts the game without the basketball, without being a scorer.
And he's a better free throw shooter than that one indicated. Even though he missed the first one, he's got a chance to give Vandy the lead back. And he missed them both. But they get another chance. Kept alive by the Commodores. The offensive rebound again. Team Gang, that was a tough catch just to not have that be a turnover. Team Gang inside. Offensive foul.
You're not going to get all the way to the rim against Kentucky from 20 feet out with your backup 5 men. He does a great job of lifting Anthony Davis. Davis has lost his discipline as a defender in this game somehow on the perimeter, but you have to pull up. Terrence Jones, bam, he's set. He goes straight up. Well done by Terrence Jones. Nothing's changed for Vanderbilt defensively. Shrink that floor. Hope Kentucky takes the bait of firing threes.
Team Gang battling Davis defensively. Miller got Tinsley in the air. A runner short. And the rebound. Taylor comes out of the foul.
They got major numbers here, Brad.
Tinsley will try to do it off the window himself. His first basket on the break.
That is a hard shot to be going away from the rim and have the ability to get it back up on the glass inside the square.
Davis asked for it down low. The hook is a little bit short. Team Gang played him pretty well and pulled down the ball.
He stayed on that left shoulder and forced Davis to go to the left paw with a release.
Jenkins, quick three. Not this time. Rebound. Terrence Jones. Teague. The kick out. Miller backpedals and fires. Got it. Kentucky leads.
Like I said, it's not like they can't make threes because they can. 37% on the year, and that's one of the common traits of national champions since 2000. Hit that mark in the regular season. Kentucky's done it.
Kentucky's first lead of the second half is won. Taylor leaves it for Team Gang, and foul on Taylor on a charge. Kentucky by 1, 14-36. Remaining in the ball game. Emotionally draining 4 days. Still got a lot of basketball left.
We are, yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance. Get your boutiques on. All black, everything. Black cards, black.
Leading by 1, 14-36 remaining in the ball game for the SEC Tournament Championship. Jimmy, give us your formula to win an overall title, not just an SEC title.
Well, since the year 2000, 10 of the 12 national champions had a regular season win streak of at least 10 games. 12 of the 12 had a non-losing road record. 11 of the 12 had at least a +10 scoring margin in the regular season, and 10 of the 12 shot at least 37% from three. There have been 8 teams and 8 teams only this year that meet all that criteria. There they are: Baylor, Belmont, Creighton, Kentucky, Missouri, who I love. New Mexico won it last night. Only 8 teams have met all the criteria. I think your national champion eventually is on that list. If I had to guess right now, it's Kentucky. Missouri also has the power to get there. Think about this, Brad. There's one other criteria. 9 of the past 12 began the season ranked in the preseason top 10.
Who fits that one?
Only Kentucky. The only team in the country that meets all that criteria.
Right now they got a 1-point lead with 14:20 remaining in this one.
My guys in research, Tyler Korn back in Bristol, Craig Rothberg here with us, put a lot of work helping us put that formula together.
Here's a turnover. And a lob to Goldberg. That's the way to get the lead back.
You have to be a great shooter. A great shooter to make a pass that accurate from that far towards the rim.
Jenkins has done a nice job on the assist today, not just shooting himself. Jones one dribble, and he's cut off by a double team, and he threw it away to Taylor again. The kick. Lamb kicked it. It'll be Vandy ball.
Talked about John Jenkins. He's going to hit the target now. At the end of this play, watch what John Jenkins does. The pass is going to come to him. Bam, out of his hands. That is so accurate, Brad. He is almost like he shoots it at the target. The target is on the left side of the rim. Well done and not easy to do.
He did it while he was in the air, too.
Yeah. He's got a lot of game about him, more than just a shooter. And his stamina and toughness as a shooter, terrific.
That one rimmed out. Davis, great positioning with a rebound with long arms. Ahead to Kid Gilchrist. Michaels going, oh!
That's a grown man right there. One guy will not stop him in transition.
Kentucky back in front by one. Taylor trying to answer. And he's fouled by Kid Gilchrist, and that is 4 on the freshman. Sending Jeffrey Taylor to the free throw line to try to tie it and regain the lead. Watch this move by Kid Gilchrist.
Taylor is as good a defender as there is in the college game, but he's no match for Kid Gilchrist. He makes those LeBron James type plays on the college level that no one else can make in conversion.
And he is so upset he's going to have to be coming out as soon as this first free throw is up by Jeff Taylor. And good. Taylor's first point of the second half. 14 for Taylor. Number 14 for Kentucky. He's got to sit down.
Brad, every time Kentucky has got a momentum play, Vanderbilt's had an answer.
You're right. You're right.
And you must do that when you're trying to take down the best team in college ball.
Here we go. 13 to play. Tied up again. Miller rather for 3. And now Jenkins momentarily thought he had numbers, but it ended up being 3-on-3. And now it's a steal by Miller ahead. Deron Lamb. Costly turnover. And a quick 2 in transition. Kentucky by 2.
Hot hands by Darius Miller. John Jenkins made the mistake of trying to cross him over.
It's only a 2-point lead, but these Kentucky fans know that's the biggest lead of the second half for their beloved Wildcats.
Give it to him.
Ezeli working with Davis. And now Miller bumps Taylor en route to the basket.
John Jenkins has a good handle, but his handle's not good enough to try to cross over Darius Miller when Miller is squared up with his chin in your chest and his rear end to the rim. Miller was in perfect position to have his hands around that basketball.
Cleveland Johnson inbounds to Jenkins. Now they get it to Ezeli. And he's fouled by Davis. Missed the slam, or it would have been a 3-point play opportunity.
Right, if you're Vanderbilt, you have to make that shot if you're Festus Ezeli. I know you got a foul on Anthony Davis, and you have a chance for free throws, but you have to convert these shots. What I like about Festus Ezeli is he's not posting up like a coward outside the lane. He's going right at Davis, but you must make that.
And that one looked like John almost agreed with. The fans don't. Third foul on Davis. Ezeli at the free throw line.
And that's why you have to make it. You had a chance to put 3 points on the board, and you might not get any off of this play.
Trying to get it back to 1 on their second attempt. It's 3 out of 5 from the free throw line so far today. Got the second. But what could have been a 3-point play, or at least a deuce. It's only 1, and the lead is 1.
And something very rare. Kentucky in foul trouble early. The next foul, Vanderbilt will be shooting free throws from here on out. That seldom happens to Kentucky.
Right. Odom picks up the foul for Vanderbilt. That's 2 on Odom. Kevin Stallings, his team 23-10. They went 10-6 the regular season of the SEC. Kentucky, of course, perfect 16-0. The run through the regular season in the Southeastern Conference, and on a 24-game winning streak, the nation's longest. With 12 minutes to go, clinging to a 1-point lead. Davis. Festus Ezeli said, "You're going to have to earn this one. I'm not going to let you put this in my face."
Absolutely. Anthony Davis was trying to send a message to Festus Ezeli. And Festus Ezeli says, "I have a message coming right back at you."
ESPN's exclusive presentation of the SEC Tournament on ABC. Brought to you by the all-new 2013 Lexus GS. There's no going back. And Kohl's, expect great things.
All right, John. Kobe's shades look a little bit better than the mask. Anthony Davis is 19 years old today. It hasn't been the easiest birthday he's ever had. There he goes into the camera crew. There he takes another shot underneath, scrambling for a loose ball. He's 19 years old. He's been on the floor about 19 times so far in this game. And some foul trouble as well by the two sensational freshmen. Kid Gilchrist with 4, Davis with 3. But Anthony's at the free throw line and he missed the shot. He's got 8 points. SEC Player of the Year. I'm sure he'll be in the all-tournament team. Came in with 27 points and 26 rebounds and 8 blocked shots in the first 2 games. Missed both, but Terrence Jones didn't.
Another extended arm rebound by a Kentucky big. They are so good at it. As big as they are, they play even bigger, and that is rare, partner.
6th dunk for the Wildcats, so they have their biggest lead of the second half. Up 3. See if Jenkins can get a touch. Boy, Teague is all over him. Around a pick. Lost the handle momentarily, though, and had to give it back up. Under 10 on the clock to shoot. Jenkins, and now it's stripped from him again by Miller. Teague backs it out with 11 minutes to play.
In the second half, Kentucky is only taking 1 3 every 4 minutes. In the first half, they were on the ratio of 1 3 every minute and a half. Kentucky has sent a message: we're going to win this game inside.
Jones going inside with one hand. Wow. Wow. The left-handed Jones just hammered it home with the right. And right now, Kentucky looks like it's got the right stuff. Still a lot of time to play. 10:36. But Kentucky has its biggest lead of this half, up by 5. This presentation of the SEC Tournament on ABC will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Still a lot of basketball left, 10:36, but Kentucky's opened up a 5-point lead. Jimmy, if this lead holds, this guy might be the MVP of the tournament.
About 3 weeks ago, John Calipari told Terrence Jones, if we cut down the nets in New Orleans in the NCAA tournament, it's because you have become the most physical guy on the floor when we play. And that was the most physical play we've seen so far in the SEC tournament, if not all season long.
Look at the numbers. 15 and 15 in the first 2 games, 11 today. 27 rebounds. And again, just like yesterday against Florida, he had a 5-0 run of his own, a slam dunk and a 3-point shot. It turned the tide, gave it to Kentucky. They really never gave it back. And let's see if what he just did there does the same to Vanderbilt.
Brad, 45% of your offensive rebounds on the year come from rim shots. 30% come from clean threes. And Kentucky right now is getting a lot of rim shots, not only scoring, but getting offensive boards because of it.
Nice drive and off the window. Jeff Taylor for his first field goal of the second half, and he's got 16.
It's almost like the sun coming up on that baseline out of bounds. They're going to go to Jeffrey Taylor and isolate him every time.
Midway, second half. Kentucky by 3. Teague pulls it back out. They start to move at about the 10-second mark. Now 9. Got it cross court to Miller. Knocked down a 3.
Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do against Kentucky? They've answered everything that's been thrown at them in college ball this year. You can't run with them, you can't outpower them, and right now you can't shrink the floor on them. They haven't answered.
See if Tinsley does. No, but Azili with the rebound. And that time Davis should have let him go because he knew he had 3 fouls, and Azili missed it anyway.
I love Azili's effort, but you cannot miss 2-foot shots against Kentucky and take them down.
Biggest lead of the ball game's been matched here. Kentucky ran out to a 7-1 advantage in the opening minute or so. And now they lead by 6 again with 9 minutes to play. Teague going through some traffic. Kick out to Lamb. Brad Tinsley with a rebound. Tinsley will try another three. That time he felt good about it.
Red, you have to have size on the perimeter, I think, to beat Kentucky. You're not going to beat them with 6-foot guards. You have to have guys that can make challenge shots. Tinsley just did.
First two meetings with Kentucky this year, Vandy had 8 in one game and 7 threes in the other. They've got 6 right now. And those 8 and 7 weren't enough the first two times. Goldberg went for the steal. Jones almost went to the basket. 7 on the shot clock.
Back up if you're Vanderbilt right now. Back up on those alleys. They don't do it.
Jones will try. That was not a shot clock violation. And Miller takes the loose ball and slams it himself. That was awfully close.
That is the official's whistle that stops the action, not that shot clock horn. And it looked like Vanderbilt paused just a second when they heard the horn, and it's on the official's whistle.
Under 8 minutes. Tinsley inside to Azili. Hook shot won't go. Jones is going to foul it. 7:37 remaining in the SEC championship game. Darius Miller got the start today after being invisible in the first 2 games of the tournament. He has showed up today playing his final SEC tourney, and he's been big. All right, John, here, 5-point game, 7:37 remaining in the ball game. On Anthony Davis' 19th birthday, the Big Blue Nation, their team in front by 5, but still very much anybody's ball game. Darius Miller, I mentioned, invisible against LSU in Florida. Visible today. He leads the way with 16. How about that? And it's because Michael Kidd-Gilchrist went to John Calipari and said, Coach, I think you should start Darius. Nice coaching, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Absolutely. I was talking to Calipari last night about 10 o'clock. We talked about Darius Miller. And the last thing he said to me was, as soon as I hang up from you, I'm going to get Darius and get him straightened out. Great teams fix things not only within the game, but sometimes they have to fix things within the tournament. John Calipari fixed Darius Miller last night.
Jimmy, Calipari told me today that what he said to Miller was, get the drama out of your life. Shut off the phones. Don't listen to what people say. Just go out there and do what you do. If you're not putting up points, ask yourself what else you're doing to help us win. And we've seen that out of Darius.
And he's done it all, including the points.
Same thing I tell you.
Exactly.
Turn your phone off.
Get rid of my drama.
What people are tweeting about you and watch the game. Get the drama out of your life.
I'm trying.
Well, Vanderbilt is still obviously well in this game. They feel comfortable still, even down 4.
Oh, not a good pass, and Jones with the steal. Tinsley tried to lob it underneath, and he didn't lob it high enough. Davis, 3. Off the mark, tipped. Jenkins picks up the rebound. Let's see if John Jenkins gets a touch on the other end. Maybe he should keep it himself.
I don't like that shot at all by Anthony Davis. Not at this point in the ball game.
Jenkins looking for a pick from Goldberg. Has to give it back up to Tinsley. Azili asking for it against Davis. And now Jenkins, 3. Goes down as he missed. Terrence Jones another rebound.
He's the one guy that I don't mind shooting a bad pass, but he shot a bad pass. He had to reach out to his left, way out of his shot pocket. Just a little bit out of rhythm to throw him off.
Terrence Jones, 8 rebounds to go with his 11 points. Under 6 minutes. 4-point Kentucky lead. Miller on the pick and roll. And Goldberg went up with Davis to make sure that he didn't get another slam dunk. Super Bowl champ Donald Driver and tennis legend Martina Navratilova among the new cast of stars hitting the dance floor this season. ABC's Dancing with the Stars 2-hour premiere event live Monday, March 19th on ABC. I know where Mrs. Nessler will be that night. Davis with the free throw, and that's his first free throw of the ball game that's gone in.
This young man is going to win numerous National Player of the Year awards at the end of the season. Why you don't wait to vote for that Coach of the Year and National Player of the Year right before the Final Four is beyond me. I want to see how guys perform on the biggest stage with the most pressure. Right now, Davis and Thomas Robinson, I want to see what those guys do the next couple of weeks.
And they'd like to be back in New Orleans in the next couple of weeks at the Superdome. Jenkins feeds inside. By the way, when Darius Miller went out, not only did the Big Blue Nation give him a huge ovation, the first guy leading the applause was John Calipari. Tinsley dribbled it off his foot. Davis fouled by Azili. That's 4 on Festus.
That speed and the strides of Anthony Davis, so difficult to keep up with. I've watched Anthony Davis on film in 8 strides get from painted part of the floor to painted part of the floor. And that's pretty much what he did that time to Azili.
SEC's Player of the Year with 11 points. The lead is stretched to 7. Festus is going to sit down just in case they're going to need him down the next 5 minutes and 23 of stretch. We know that, but Davis missed the second one, and Taylor with a rebound.
And John Jenkins has to start working to get those shots off. Right now he's being face guarded all over the floor.
Keane kept it alive with the offensive rebound. Jenkins fires over Lamb, and it almost went in. He's going to the free throw line for 3.
What did we say yesterday? Every time we do a Vanderbilt game, that happens to John Jenkins.
There's John Jr. Actually, John is John III. You saw his mom, Melody, as well. I talked to his dad last night. I said, kid had a pretty hot second half. And I said, we knew he was just going to keep shooting. And I said, how excited were they at the end of the game? And Shannon mentioned it earlier. About the last 45 seconds when they knew they had the game yesterday, they were so jubilant, the Vanderbilt Commodores. And John's dad said, he pulled him aside after the game and said, son, that's what you should do. Be a leader and go play like that all the time and tell everybody to have fun and smile. And they came out today out of the locker room in the warm-ups, and that's the way they were.
Yes, they had a lot of fun with a Michael Jackson song and warm-ups. I don't know what it was, but they were loose and alive and active. Now think about John Jenkins right now with 5 minutes to go. The third day of 3 straight games for Vanderbilt. He is still making violent cuts all over this floor. His stamina and strength for his legs is what sets him up as a shooter.
Hasn't scored from the field, but he has 4 free throws in a row. And missed that one. 5 minutes to play in a 5-point game.
Zone now by Vanderbilt. Kentucky is so hard to zone. Offensively, nothing should change. That sinking man-to-man was just like this zone right now.
Miller kicks it out to Lamb. Missed the 3, but Terrence Jones is in a perfect spot for the rebound. Terrence Jones is a rebound away from a double-double. They work it around the perimeter. Miller on the dribble. Back out to Teague, and he's going to try one off the window. Taylor with the rebound. Numbers for Vanderbilt right now, 3-on-2. Jenkins gave up a 3. Tried to work inside to draw a foul, and there is not one. But it was last touched by Kentucky.
Boy. Reach in by Miller. I know he got a ball, but it looked like he got a lot of Jenkins' right arm as well.
Kid Gilchrist playing with 4 fouls. Will be the man guarding the inbound pass.
There's the same play. Isolate Taylor.
Taylor up and under.
You know it's coming. You absolutely know it's coming. They've ran it 4 times in this game. They've scored 3 times off of it. You pop Taylor, get him one-on-one. Teague is standing there like he doesn't want to guard. He's a statue. He's bent over at the waist with his arm extended. You never bend over at the waist as a defender. Kevin Stallings has been dead on with his baseline out-of-bound unders in this game.
It's a big, big free throw right here. It makes it a 2-point game if Taylor hits it. No good, though. Just the same, a 1-possession ball game with 4 minutes to play.
Kevin may have been going to the zone to conserve a little bit of energy on this end of the floor. He knows the importance of Jenkins' legs in this game to finish out.
Teague on the dribble, the kick out. Darius Miller, a triple. A little too strong. Rebound is Jenkins. Vanderbilt with a chance to tie it, but Davis blocks a 3-point shot by Jenkins.
That's the 12th 3-point block shot by Anthony Davis this year. How rare is that?
We've seen about 4, but we have. See if Vanderbilt can come up with a stop again.
Kentucky keeps trying to screen the top of it, and I think they can get some good action off of it with that screen. Right now it's Davis.
Miller. Medium range shot. Jones and Taylor battling. Everybody battling for the rebound. If the foul's on Kid Gilchrist, he's gone. He was battling with Johnson for it. .251 remaining. This one still very much in doubt. Number 1 Kentucky trying to go to 25 straight wins. They lead by 3. Kid Gilchrist is gone. Michael fouls out, 5 points, no boards, 5 fouls. With Jimmy Dykes and Shannon Spake, I'm Brad Metzler. Nice to have you along with us. It's been nice to have you along with us since Thursday here in New Orleans as we wind down the final 2 minutes, 51 seconds for the SEC Tournament Championship.
Brad, Vanderbilt has missed 10 free throws in this game. They've gotten there 23 times. Florida only got there twice yesterday against Kentucky. They have Kentucky in a position they normally don't get in. They're in foul trouble, and they've shot a lot of free throws, but they must make them. They can't leave points in this game any longer.
Kedron Johnson does hit one, and he is 26 of 31 on the year from the free throw line. That's 83%, and this is going to be a 1-point game if he hits the next one.
That Vandy zone, Brad, has been good. Kentucky hasn't scored, what, 8-minute mark from the field?
Right. Over 5 minutes. But Kedron Johnson, much like the rest of his teammates, left one out there.
I think Stallings stays with his zone for the rest of the game. You're always concerned about the lob, though, inside if you get unattached.
Here's a teardrop for Teague. Davis tried to tip it to himself, but Goldberg had good position. Vanderbilt, chance to tie. Jenkins with Miller right on it. Goldberg kick out. Johnson thought about it. He's a freshman. Is he ready for a shot like this at the 2-minute mark? 10 on the clock. Goldberg off the window and tipped in. Azili's going to get credit for it.
He's missed all the easy ones in this game for the most part, and that one just found a way to get in. If you're Vanderbilt, that's all you wanted to do, be within blows distance with under 2 to go.
And they are, and we're even again. Lamb, he misses a 3. Taylor, and again, good positioning by Azili to keep Anthony Davis away from the rim. Johnson up and under. He is ready for a big shot. And an even bigger one to come. It'll be a 3-point play for him.
Yeah, this kid is a powerful package. And you said a minute ago, is Kedron Johnson ready for this moment? When he dropped his center of gravity and got lower than Teague, which is not easy to do, it was ball game. Advantage Kedron Johnson on that play because of where his hips were compared to the defender guarding him.
Huge 3-point play by the freshman out of Lewisburg, Tennessee.
You stay in this zone if you're Vanderbilt, and all 5 guys get on that glass on the Kentucky first shot.
Here's Jones. Inside, right hand, short. Davis got it back, and he's going to the free throw line. Festus Ezeli. That might be 5 on him. It is. And Festus Ezeli said, wait a minute, that foul wasn't on me.
Well, they need to make sure they know who the foul was on. For sure. That's how huge that is.
I think they're going to say Goulburn now. And that'd be 3 on Goulburn, but not 5, more importantly, on Ezeli. The officials are going to make sure of this right now. And Tony Green says, everybody, please back up. I'm the lead official.
You got Goulburn for the shove. If it was the shove. Common sense index right now in officiating, they can't go to the monitor to see who fouled. They can go to see who got fouled, but they cannot go to check who the foul is on. That does not fit my common sense index.
Davis misses the free throw. His second straight miss. In fact, he's 3 of 7 from the line today. This one will make it a 2-point game. And it goes. 65-63 Vanderbilt. We're approaching 1 minute. Nation's longest winning streak on the line. The #1 team in the country trailing the Vanderbilt Commodores, who they beat twice in the regular season.
Brad Jenkins hasn't been able to shake free for looks. Vanderbilt's had their success off of drives. Taylor and Johnson and Goulburn are the best drivers on the floor.
10 on the shot clock, 52 on the game clock.
You need some help. There's the help by Ezeli.
Johnson stops, pops. That might be an over the back on Terrence Jones. So 43.9 to play. 2-point game. And Festus Ezeli, who's kind of a hit one, miss one, hit one, miss one kind of free throw shooters going to the line.
Look at the urgency that Festus Ezeli runs to out of that on-ball action. He actually got held, but he knew, I set the screen. I've got to get to the front of the rim. And he did.
That's a hit one. Senior out of Benin City, Nigeria. The Jenkins family looking on. Michael Gilchrist can only look on. He's fouled out. Vanderbilt matched its biggest lead of the second half. Can Ezeli stretch it to 4? Yes, he can. Urgency time right now for the Cats. Down 67-63.
They should not panic. On your offense, move people. You get a clean 3, let it go.
Jones back out. Teague, 3. Didn't get it. Rebound is Vanderbilt's. In the hands of Jenkins, that's where they want it because they've got to foul it. The Vandy section, which is behind their bench, is erupting. It's about the only place other than the band that you can even see any Vanderbilt fans because the place is full of blue. And 25 seconds remain. And the #2 free throw shooter in the Southeastern Conference is at the free throw line to try to make 4-6.
It's okay for everyone with Vanderbilt to erupt other than that bench and these players. This thing is far from over. But you have, if you want a free throw shooter on the strike right now, this is the guy.
Got them both. A 6-point lead. Kentucky's got to hurry. Lamb had it blocked by Jenkins. The second try off the mark. Rebound, Taylor. Jones intercepted underneath, and he'll go to the free throw line.
I would want Darius Miller taking that 3 because he's a couple of inches taller than Teron Lamb. You want your tallest, best shooter in that position. It was an unbelievable recovery right there by Jenkins to get the first shot blocked, and then it threw T completely out of balance. Darius Miller, to me, would have been the guy taking that shot.
.6 here with Vanderbilt up 6 as we check in quickly in the studio with John.
John Saunders back in the studio. Let's update you on St. Bonaventure. Looks like they're going to hang on against Xavier, which is going to steal a bid from someone. 58 seconds left in that game at North Carolina, trying to find an answer late. Paul Pierce and the Celtics and the Lakers coming up when we're done.
Terrence Jones misses the free throw, and still a two-possession game, but only 14.6 remaining.
Dad, remember I said if you're going to win big, you have to risk losing big.
Right.
Kentucky fired up 27 three-point shots in this game, and Kevin Stallings never wavered from his commitment to shrink the floor and make Kentucky a jump-shooting ball club. We've looked for the formula to take down Kentucky all season long. You might be seeing it the last 2 hours.
And there's a foul before the ball's even inbound on Kwame Beckham. So we walk down to the other end. Jeffrey Taylor, big smile on his face. He'd even smile more if he knew that he was our player of the game, our ING player of the game. Really didn't do anything yesterday. Didn't do that much in the first game of the tournament. Today, 17 points. He came with a different attitude. He knows it's his final game in the SEC tournament. He's delivered. And so is this guy delivering, John Jenkins, the only junior in the Vanderbilt starting lineup. If Jenkins hits this one, it could be completely lights out. Look at the smile on his face, or he's trying not to smile right now. He knows a 7-point lead with 14.6 should be good enough.
Kentucky has locked up the overall #1 seed when that bracket gets released this evening. And they can't let this be a shot to their mojo or their swagger.
They've locked that up. I think Vanderbilt's locked up the SEC tournament. Miller off the mark. Rebound battle won by Team Gang. And for the first time since 1951, the Commodores of Vanderbilt are the Southeastern Conference tournament champions. And the winning streak stops at 24 for top-ranked Kentucky. And just now, the emotion taking over this Vanderbilt team.
Going forward for Vanderbilt, they've lost 3 first-round NCAA games in a row. They now have a swagger and a confidence that you could not put into them like they just got. They have a truckload of it to dump on someone in their first-round game.
17 points for Jenkins, 17 points for Taylor, 17 points for Azili. There's a happy Jenkins family. And I'm sure a happy group back in Nashville that have been watching this one.
Brad, they wanted a piece of Kentucky. 3 weeks ago, Kevin Stallings told me that. Talking to Jenkins and Taylor and Tinsley the first day here in the city, they had their eyes locked in on the Cats. They got their chance, and they took them down.
Had him on the ropes at Memorial Gym, let him off. Had him on the ropes at Rupp, let him off. Had him on the ropes today, they strangled him with it. Kevin Stallings, the winning coach, with Shannon.
Well, Coach, I asked you yesterday how you were going to face Kentucky. You said no one's been able to beat them. How'd you do it?
Well, we played really tough. Our guys played hard-nosed and played really tough. Played great on the defensive end. And when they made their runs, we responded. And that was the key for us. We responded to their runs. Really proud of my team.
Coach, I can see the emotion in your face. I saw it in your players. How do you describe this moment?
Oh, we're just happy to win. You don't get a chance to play for championships very often. We're just happy to win.
Thank you, Coach.
That'll be a good-looking trophy back on the Vanderbilt campus, won't it? A dejected Anthony Davis on his 19th birthday. The present is all Vanderbilt's. And the emotion catching up with Coach Stallings right now, too, following that chat with Shannon. 71-64. Our congratulations to the Commodores of Vanderbilt, their SEC tournament champions. Up next on ABC, it's the Kia NBA Countdown, then the Celtics and the Lakers. Right now, for Jimmy Dykes, Shannon Spake, and our entire ABC crew, Brad Nessler, so long.